Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Today I'm not alone, today I'm with a fantastic guest that I'm sure that after 45 minutes, 1 hour 20, we don't know how long the live would be, but when the live is over, you will say, Mamma mia, this guy, he was really, really nice. Today I am with Andrea Stayhalma. Ciao Andrea.
Ciao Beppe, grazie mille. Thank you very much for the invitation and for the pressure that you put on me at this point. I need to be nice, polite, and presentable for everybody. Hi, ciao chat.
Well,
nice to meet you.
Andrea, I have a first question. Before you introduce yourself, who you are, and so on, can you answer that question?
Halma. Well, Halma basically is the Italian translation of calm. You know, when we say stay calm, keep calm. If you go to Italy, they would say stai calma. If you go in a specific part of Italy, in this case Livorno, where our Mr. Max Allegri is from, you will hear a slight different accent on the word. And in this case, instead of calma, it will be halma. So like Mr. Max always say, calma, stay calma, especially in tough time like the ones Juventus are living right now.
Yeah, that's a beautiful intro, Andrea, especially in tough times like we are in, because it has been difficult. We will speak today about Max Allegri, the opinion of Andrea about Max Allegri 2.0, but also the future of Max Allegri. We go through the possible candidates: Thiago Motta, Igor Tudor, Vincenzo Italiano, Zinedine Zidane, Antonio Conte, because I see that Andrea is also a shirt lover, and the shirt that he's wearing, I know that Antonio Conte was wearing that shirt as well. We'll speak about Dusan Vlahovic. Well, the hot topic of the moment, but today I will stay silent. It will be Andrea that will speak, and of course we will speak with the chat. So before you introduce yourself, where you are living, Juventino, I think, I hope, I'm sure about it, your channel, and so on, let me say hello to all the people that are already here together with us. Ciao Stavros, ciao Amir, ciao Bogdan, Styler Z, Joska, Marian is there as well, Sir Raz, ciao Tarak, ciao Omar, ciao Dave from Turin Giants. I was in a meeting with Dave for 1 hour just before starting this video or the live, and looks like he's still not bored of me. Grande Dave. Ciao David, again Stavros, Elio, ciao Thomas, Makluf, nice 1, 2, 3. Guys, I like turtles. That's a really great message. Thank you for sharing. Ciao Mustafa, ciao Helicopter, Andrew Palomares is there with us as well, at Alex Beppe early. No, I was late, but you know it. We have 5 minutes to make sure that I'm here. Ron Rusitano, BT, and the unpopular opinions of BT, because BT, she is a big fan of Max Allegri. So let's see BT. We have pro and we have against Max Allegri here on the channel. So Peter Glitti and so on, Lars Vercelli. I couldn't say hello to everyone. Softic is Allegri out. On the channel, Andrea, we have BT, that is protecting Juve, the environment, Andrea Agnelli, Max Allegri, whatever. And then you have Softic. They both love Juventus equally. There is not one that loves more or not. They both love. They have total different version, and they are here on the channel. That's fantastic, no? What do you think about that?
That's beautiful. It means that the community work, and it means that, to me, it's pretty clear that I would be a little more on BC party, but I would respect as well any other opinion. But that's the beauty of soccer as well, no? Of football, calcio, any way you wanna call it. I always relate it to life in general, no? So I try to catch as many values and you know, teachment or stuff that I can learn from, and the differences are the most beautiful thing, because we all love the same thing. We all feel the same emotion, even though we come from different paths and we going in different ways. That's romantic.
You said soccer and you said we come from different parts. Where are you living, Andrea?
Well, I live in New York right now. I lived here for a little longer than 1 year already.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, but I was born in Umbria, in the center of Italy.
Towards
Specifically in
Perugia.
Gualdo Tadino, yes. 20 minutes away from Perugia. Ravanelli was my first idol. You can guess, because it was like my neighbor realizing basically making happen the dream that I always had since I was a kid. And yes, I mean, I lived all around Italy. I lived for 9 years in San Diego, California, where I actually proudly founded the first and only official fan club, Juventus. If you're interested, you can find it online. It's the finest club, Juventus club in the world, just for your information. And now I live in New York, which is closer to Italy, closer to Juventus, closer to Juve, a little closer to home.
And you decided to open a YouTube channel like 1 month ago, I believe?
A couple of months ago. I'm getting there, getting to 2 months old.
Mamma mia.
I'm a newbie.
And why? Because you are doing it, ragazzi, for the people that are speaking in Italian, but even if you don't speak Italian, who cares? Let's support a Juventino. Andrea, the channel is, as in the title, Stayhalma. You go on YouTube, you subscribe to Andrea's channel. I will repeat it also later. We will check if you did or not, of course, because the numbers need to increase to support a Juventino. I will ask you again the question why, but I see that both of us, we have the same logo. It's not the new one. It's not the one before of 2016. It's not even the one before of the years 2000.
2005.
This one is
the 90s.
Why do we have both of us this one casually without actually asking to ourselves which one do you put? Why?
Well, to me, the choice was in thinking to Udinese Juventus. It's about to come. Udinese Juventus for me is always the 5 Maggio, no? The May 5th, our New Year, basically. At least my New Year, very important date. So I went for this. But beside this reason, in general, I believe this is my favorite logo. Also, the first logo I knew, I remember since I support Juventus, the one I'm more fond of.
And there is Steve Cano seeing the Champions League logo. Look,
the Champions League.
Hey, it's a real story. I know also because we are, I believe, the same generation, Andrea, and I saw the evolutions of the logo. And for me, when it's representing Juve, I'm in love. But that's the one I grew up with. And I know that you are also a big shirt collector. You love the shirts and so on. So I wanted to put a special one. You can guess the name of this shirt, Andrea?
I think I know it, but I think I saw it. Possible on Twitter.
It's possible because it's one that I bought recently, so it could be.
Yeah, no, it's Capitano Alessandro Del Piero.
Alessandro
no?
Del
Now,
Piero.
if it's not,
it is. It is. You have a name on the shirt? If yes, don't reveal.
Not yet. But you can guess it because the name is already there. I can actually grab it and show it to you because it's about to go there in the next week.
I think guys, what name do you think Andrea will put on the shirt? Let me know in the comment, and then we can speak actually about the topics, Allegri and whatever you want. But first, Kamaboko, Matuidi. Ma no, Kamaboko, what Matuidi? Nedved. Nedved is a possibility. I have my name. I will tell you later. So there is Nedved. Conte, Pirlo impossible, Baggio impossible, Tudor, why not? Moscardelli, Nedved, Conte, Tacchinardi, Felipe Melo, Softic, Felipe Melo, Marchiso, no, I don't believe. I think I guessed it, wait, from the moment that it's on, I will pin it. Wait, I'm just waiting that the thing is refreshing because sometimes it's a bit low. But I think there is someone that guessed it. Stavros, he said Trezeguet.
Stavros is our winner.
It's true?
Yes.
I knew. I was sure about
David
it.
David Trezeguet, also my favorite player of all time, best striker I ever seen, ever supported. Amazing.
A recap. So, Grande Stavros, you won nothing, but anyway, I'm happy for you that you guessed it. So, new member, Elod, thank you for becoming a member of the chat. And our friend Colin is saying, Beppe, gotta work through this love. Want to show my support. Grande Colin, really appreciate it. The first question, Andrea. We have still one game to go. It has been, I believe, a really, really tough season. You experienced 2006 as well. How do you describe you as a Juventino, your feeling with everything that happened? The supporters, less supportings in the stadium, the coach that had really difficulties, the off-the-field topics, the fact that we were taken back 10 points. The last time that something was taken from us was 2 Scudetti in 2006. All that situation of 22-23, how do you feel? The feeling?
The feeling is very, very weird, very uncertain. Also because you named the 2006 season. To me, the hardest was not 2006. Also because at the end, while we were winning the Scudetto, even if we already knew something was going to happen, I couldn't really realize the entity of what was going on. Until 2009, 2010, and 2010, 2011, when we got the 7th place and 7th place, 2 7th place in a row, no? That was probably the toughest time for me. And every time Juve was going not in the right way, a little bad, which fortunately was not very often in the last 12 years. I always thought to those 2 seasons, no, I always thought I've seen worse. I've seen the worst of it, so I can survive anything, and I still believe I can survive anything. But at this point, I'm not sure 2009 and 2010 were the worst point of my experience supporting Juventus. What happened this year was totally unbelievable, in my opinion. And I feel uncertain. I feel very, very uncertain because I hope, as a Juventus supporter, we are going to go back to our habitat. No, we're going to go back to win as soon as possible. But at the same time, I hope this is not gonna mean we're gonna win too much, because apparently every time we get to win too much, something happens. Either is our fault, or I don't know, some kind of movement that doesn't like the fact that we win. In Italy, it wouldn't be the first time it happens. This is football in this case, but it's a little bit of a mentality, unfortunately. So that's what I feel right now. I feel I cannot tell you that I was not relieved knowing that we're not gonna be talking trial, and low for the whole summer. But we can focus on the Mercato, and we can focus on what the next project is going to be. Of course, I'm relieved, but at the same time, there is a part of my brain that is still there. Like Calciopoli is a scar that is still there. It doesn't disappear. I still remember everything, and I'm not gonna forget this.
That I talk with a lot of people, of course, and you said something that you're the first one to tell me, and this is also a bit like I feel. 2006 was for me, if I compare with everything I experienced, not the worst that I felt as a fan. Because it went bam, 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 everything done. We were in second division. And in second division, it's true, we had to say goodbye to Zambrotta, Cannavaro, to a lot of important players, Thuram, and so on and so on. But you still had a big core. Del Piero, Trezeguet, Nedved, Buffon, Camoranesi. And you won. In Serie B, you won. So you don't have, or you didn't experience a Juventus playing less good, not winning, because even if it was in second division, you were winning. And the social media impact didn't exist. So it was one time you read the paper in the morning, you speak with your family, and it's over. And then you focus on the other things that you have to do in your life. But the one of course, then you had the 2009, 2010 that were really, really awful in terms of performance. But I have to say, if I compare with everything, the situation of this year is probably for me the one that made me a lot of hurt, that pained me a lot, that made me a lot, maybe because I have a YouTube channel, because I'm talking a lot about it, maybe because I'm an adult now that is, reading the papers, different paper. Also, I read La Gazzetta dello Sport. Now that I have a channel, I stopped like 20 years of reading, buying, but I want to know, and I think it's important to understand, because I know that the majority of people in USA and so on, they don't read Tutto Sport, they don't read Corriere, they watch only Gazzetta. So if I don't know what they are saying, it's difficult for me. But, so reading it from three different versions, the social media, here on the channel, the results that are not there because it has been really tough in Champions League and so on, I think this one hurt it really a lot, but extremely a lot. Yeah. Are you happy with the settlement, with the patteggiamento, the plea deal that Juventus did? Is it the right choice?
I'm assuming, I'm aziendalista for all my Juventini friend, no? So I always trust what are the decisions that the team make. Also because I assume that it's impossible for me to know everything that is going on in the backstage, no? I'm happy because they told me they wanted to send us in Serie B, give us some multi-million fine that it was gonna hurt us for real.
And they were saying about 180 million possible.
180 million. that means you're not gonna have the chance to make Mercato, at least for one season, maybe two. They wanted to keep us out of European competitions that we still have to see for what we understand from some newspapers like Gazzetta, no? But compared to what they promised us, for sure, I gotta be not happy, relieved. Like I told you before, relieved about the idea of not thinking about that the whole summer, and also knowing that if everything goes right, next season we're going to be playing a European competition. We can make the Mercato to build a strong team. Hopefully, in my opinion, the director, everybody talk about Giuntoli. If not Giuntoli, whoever is going to get this position is going to be crucial. It's going to be very, very important for what is going to happen in the next future.
Maybe I can ask you, of course, everyone is saying Giuntoli. We are not sure, but if it's Giuntoli or even someone else, what do you expect from a sporting director? Okay, 4th of June, the season is over. The 5th of June, you have a new sporting director. Let's say it's Giuntoli. You are Francesco Calvo. You are John Elkann. What do you tell him? What is your speech to Giuntoli? It's a difficult one, Andrea?
Well, to synthesize very, very quickly, I would say this is the budget. This is what we want you to make happen. Make it happen.
I
Because
like that.
that's what happened when Moggi, Giraudo, and Bettega. Also about them, anybody is free to have their own opinion. I hope that before they choose an opinion, they build an opinion, they study as much as possible. But mine is that Moggi, Giraudo, and Bettega was probably one of the best, if not the best, directing team, management team we had in the whole Juventus history. What they did was this. I mean, they never asked money to the ownership, and they were very competitive. They were very they knew a lot about soccer. We got players like Zidane for 5 millions, which at the time were 5 miliardi di lire, no? 5 million, and we sold it for 120 millions. We got Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
They were doing already plusvalenza, Andrea. Pay attention to what you're saying on the channel.
But that's prescritto.
Okay, then we can.
Anymore. But in case of Zidane get here as a coach or whatever, they might think to invent something with articolo 4, no? That's
It's funny, Andrea, because you know that on the channel we all became expert of law. We all know the sporting justice. When you say articolo 4, article 4, like last year on the channel, people will what are you speaking about? If now we are saying to the people, what is Article 4? They know. They will say, Article 4 is disrespecting sport loyalty. What is Article 31? L'articolo 31. Financial. Oh, what is this? What Articolo 120? They know. It's plusvalenza is a word that, you know, in England, in USA, in Canada, people, they speak about plusvalenza. They know the word. It's crazy, no?
They can take the exam in Italy to become lawyer at this point. It's like a law school, you know, an online law school. Grande Juventino a Paris.
Juventino a Paris. Grande Juventino a Paris. I need to invite Juventino a Paris. We do a live in, I don't know if he's speaking English as well, or Italian and French. I need to ask our friend Juventino a Paris. Also for the people that speak French. So if you speak Italian, you go to Andrea, Stayhalma. If you speak French, you go to Juventino a Paris, that is here in the chat. You go there, and we have a beautiful community into the world, really beautiful. Well, we had a question here. So you say make it happen, but Matteo Turco is saying, hey, it's easy. How we start again? Without Allegri, easy. So that's the question. Giuntoli. What does he need to do with Max Allegri? We know the 5 years, 11 trophies with Max Allegri, has been dismissed for a search of something else, something change in the way of playing. It didn't work with Sarri, didn't work with Pirlo, even if today people they are saying, hey, we needed Pirlo again, we needed to give him a chance. But last year, or no, 2 years ago, they were telling me Pirlo out. So now the narrative changed. But now we are here with the 2 years of Max Allegri. And that's the big question I wanted to ask. You as a supporter, what would you do with Max? How do you assess the 2 years of Max?
Well, I of course, I've been talking a lot also in my videos about the Max situation. And I like what you said when you were a Juventus. No, the first question is, do you want to do it? Do you feel like you can do it? Because that's my main doubt. If I were him, I don't know if I would be in the mood of, you know, standing another season like this one, because
it's hard.
You can think it's very hard. You can think whatever you want, but we didn't give Allegri and the team, not only Allegri, but we didn't give them the possibility to be judged only for their job. And we, as supporters, started in first line because, as you said before, today the social media impact is way different than what it used to be in 2006. It means that the amount of information that we receive, it's not only that you do it for jobs, so you have to be speaking a lot also in bad times about the Juventus, even if you're sad inside. No, it's also that you receive an amount of information that is not even comparable to what it was go by. Even I was a nerd, no? Before Calciopoli, I used to buy Gazzetta, Corriere, and Tutto Sport. That was it. I could have Rai Juventus once a month, but that's it. And actually, probably one of the main problem of Calciopoli was that we didn't have this tool on our hand, because otherwise things might have gone a little bit different. Like we could smooth it out this time. Who knows? Maybe we would have been able to do it also at the time. But how you start with Allegri? You start with Allegri. I don't know if Giuntoli, assuming that Giuntoli is going to be the name, would like to start with him. What I know is that the way I see football, before you choose the coach, you need to know what are the players that are going to play in your team. So what players you have in your roster, because we have been talking about many stuff that Juventus did wrong in the last few years, like with certainty, like we have the truth and it's pretty clear. The answer is easy. I have the solution. But, probably that was one of the mistakes we did with Sarri and Pirlo, and then coming with Allegri coming back. Probably we didn't consider what were the players playing in our team, and we picked the wrong coach for what we had available. Or maybe that's the wrong way to act. Maybe you start from the coach because you can build a team from scratch. You play only with youngster, and you want someone that play Gasperini style and makes them. I don't know if it's possible at Juventus, because we go back to the topic. Now it's Allegri, but wait for the next coach that is coming and lose 2 games or
but whatever. Yeah. From the moment that we lose 2 games, it's the same story again, huh? And faster and faster and faster, I believe.
And faster, yeah.
If back then we would have even said we wait until the end of the season, that season doesn't exist anymore. It's a half a season, and now it's not even a half a season. It's after 3 games we can already judge if you yes or no you succeeded. But it's for players like that, and it's for the coach. Huh? Look, I explained you what I read this morning in Tutto Sport, what could be potentially the plan that they will explain to Max Allegri next week in a meeting. I don't know with who, John Elkan, Calvo, whatever. And then I will ask you, but a really honest answer, but also the chat. Ragazzi, listen, because it's important. Do we believe that Max can do it with the plan that we show? Because I keep saying it, and you said a bit earlier, you said, now we can focus also on Mercato and so on. I tell the people today, we are the 1st of June. Write it down, ragazzi, you will see. At the 31st of August, you will all tell me, when I will ask you how much do you rate the Mercato that we did, you will all give me a rating between 5, and 6. Because you will all be really angry. You will tell me, Beppe, but we didn't buy this. We didn't replace Rabiot. We didn't replace Vlahovic. Because it will be really hard. Huh? We will not play Champions League. We will miss a lot of money. It will, if we change the coach, the impact financially is even bigger. You will all tell me, Finnish club, the club doesn't want to invest. I know you will all be angry. What is the plan? Keep it in mind and then tell me yes or no. In a meeting, they will tell him, of course, the assessment and so on, and then they will tell them, we want it's a different plan than with Andrea Agnelli that you made. Because when you arrived, Max Allegri, we made a plan, 4 years of contract, difficult in the beginning, no investments, and then we will start again investing for a more mature team, a bigger team with experience. But the plan has changed in the meanwhile. Agnelli is not there anymore, so we still want to win, but in another way. Low-cost team, salary cap lowered, lower experienced player, more investing and continuing with the youth team. If we sign players, they are uprising, so new players coming up, like maybe Fratesi, but no world star, and especially not players anymore like Di Maria. Free contract with a lot of experience, that you can count on. We will probably lose a big player. We need to sacrifice someone, maybe a Dusan Vlahovic, and we can't reinvest all that money. So if they are asking 70 million euro for Oljund, we can't. And then we have to go for Morata 3.0 or Dia from Salernitana. But we still want to compete to win. That's one. And we also want an evolution on the field with fresh ideas and two big words, dynamism and intensity. With all that information, do you, chat and also Andrea, with all that information, do you believe that Max is the man that can do it? Is he the right man for year 3, the new rebirth of Juve 23-24?
I don't know, but if I were the new sporting director, I would start asking the question to Max and to the team to make sure I have on board only motivated people. I want on board only players and staff that believes in the project, that is not here only for convenience. That's the main difference. If we have, all the players, and when I talk about players, I'm not talking only about the pitch, but also all around it. I think we can make it happen. I don't think is Allegri the right fit for the next season. Not because I don't believe in him, but because I believe that that's already that it's not the condition to work in a nice environment, because you already start from a point where supporters are split already. Even though my name is Stayhalma, you can assume, you can imagine how much I respect him, and I'll be supporting him on the bench of Juventus as long as he sits there, as well as I'm gonna do with any other coach that we're gonna sign eventually.
Look, there is a Aussie, my friend, saying no stupid question, please. We don't want Max. Well, it may look a stupid question, but I really believe that out of respect, because it's important also to respect people, because that's also always something I try to say on the channel, split the person, the human being, and the professional, because at the end you work with humans. I believe a minimum of respect is important. To speak, to have a meeting, an end of season, you have to evaluate how things went or not. I don't believe it's a stupid question I'm asking to people when we say, do you think that Max Allegri can do it? Look, in all the things that I told you, in continuing with youth players and believing in them, believing that we can still compete to win, no big names and experienced player, low-cost project, but still a winning one. What do you think would be the most difficult part for Max Allegri if he stays in all the points?
if the roster is the same that we have, I don't see the team following him that much anymore.
You think it's over
Like
between him and the team?
at least some players in the team. So, but Beppe, I think that might be a sign, or that what I was telling you before it could be right, no? After Cardiff, we kept going with a group that we were really fond of, because all the players in the team, we wouldn't like to see them leaving, to see them going, no? But probably that was the time in which we should have started to renew a new cycle. And maybe at that point, Max Allegri would have been the perfect, because the perfect fit, because he was the winner of the 5 leagues in a row, 2 finals in Champions League, and I don't want to remember the way we got out with Bayern Monaco and with Real Madrid, because it's still too painful. So at the point, any player you go by and you put in the roster is gonna have a lot of respect for this coach that has achieved so much. Right now, the way anybody would see Allegri is not the right way to be the leader of the team.
Look, Thomas is giving a solid point. He's saying really believing or being forced to believe is not the same. It feels like Allegri was forced to believe in young players, but it seems still that he has some doubts. If we are looking player by player from the youth, that Ealing Jr., Baranechea, Fagioli, but even Moiskin, Miretti, who do you believe? Because it's impossible, ragazzi. At a certain moment, we have to. It's impossible that he trusts no youngsters, and also it's impossible that he trusts all of them. Who do you think he really believes in, and that you say, okay, if we continue with Max, if that's the option, ragazzi, we will speak about the new coach. I will ask to Andrea his favorite new coach. But first, let's finish the chapter, Max. Who do you think it's like? Okay, these players he believes in, and which. No. Sule, I forgot some names.
There are a few very good
Barbieri
names.
and so on. Yeah. Kenan Yildiz, Huijsen and Nongue, the 3 of them, they will travel with the team in the summer tour.
But I don't believe to the story about Allegri being forced on believing in youngster. And that's another example of the propaganda,
Yeah.
like campaign, anti-Allegri campaign that we've been doing for the last year or so. First of all, I take Fagioli as an example. I heard the name Fagioli. I heard somebody talking about Fagioli for the first time from Max Allegri.
Yeah, true.
When nobody knew Fagioli. Moiskin was in that team that Allegri built and basically looked like any substitution he would make was gonna change the game in our part. The experience that Keane had with Paris Saint-Germain was after Allegri actually launched him in the first team. So I think the youngster are a very hard topic for any coach that sits on a Juventus bench, because first of all, for any player, wearing Juventus shirt is not the same thing that wearing any other shirt. And when you are a young guy with a lot of dreams, and it looks like you're about to make it, the adrenaline start to rise up, and the brain sometimes cannot see clearly. So when you are a coach, you need to deal also with that part of the player. It's not just a puppet that you put on the pitch and he start working like you were playing FIFA. He has that value, and he's gonna give you that value. The work that the coach has to do is very, very actually hard, because it's not based on a science. It's based on feeling, on impression, on day by day work, and knowing the guy as much as possible. So how do you risk to lose an asset, a potential asset, only because you put in the pitch and in the wrong way, in the wrong time? Plus, the youngster today has also that amount of information that we were talking about, think, no, this guy doesn't know anything, I should be playing. The whole world saying that I should be playing, I don't play, what is wrong with him? And he goes to train with the wrong mindset. He maybe answer with the wrong mindset. And we don't understand that we're contributing or making a big damage to this team. Not on purpose, but we are contributing doing so. And for sure, I think the beautiful thing about the way Juventus project are built is also that we have an academy. We start to build character and mentality. That can make the difference then when you grow up and you become a professional.
Sorry,
Bless you, my friend.
Grande.
Salute.
I spoke with a lot of players, and they are really sincere when they are explaining the journey in the youth academy of Juventus when they arrived there. And I spoke with players that reached first team, but also with players that didn't reach first team yet. And they are all telling me the same, the way that they are guided to become a man before a player when they arrive really young is really impressive at Juventus. So on that one, I totally agree. Then I always said, I don't know if you agree or not, Andrea, that Max Allegri doesn't care about the age. He doesn't care about you are 16 or that you are 26. He's caring about one thing, the maturity that you have here in your brain to manage emotions, and also the maturity to have to understand football. According to his football, of course. Huh?
Of course.
If you are 16 and you are more mature than someone that is 23, you will play with Max Allegri. So I believe also, like you, that a lot of things have been amplified. He doesn't like youth and so on. But if you are going back in tracking records, actually you can see that some players really played with him being young. So I think it's excessive. On the other side, it's true that you have a lot of players that when they are 20, 21, especially the new generation, are less ready at 21 than they were years ago. And so I understand, but I would not focus on age, more on maturity of a player. Who are, according to you, the top 3 of this season players in a difficult
Top
season?
3 of the season.
So if you say nobody, I understand. But top 3. And people in the chat, let me know, and we will see if Andrea agrees with you.
Fagioli probably gets the first spot.
Yeah?
For me, yeah. Because he represents all those qualities that I want to see in a player that is wearing Juventus shirt.
You will buy his shirt next year?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
You like the vintage players, huh?
I love the vintage player, but I wouldn't put a vintage player on a new jersey. Because I'm too.
I agree.
I'm too much of a fanatic of jersey. So probably like from this season, I haven't got my jersey yet. I only got the away with Di Maria, and I cannot say he brought good luck. So better to wait for the end of the season, when I cannot make that damage, or at least think that I actually did. But Fagioli would be wrong.
Number 2.
Fagioli, I love strikers.
Yeah.
And even though lately he didn't play that good, Milik is another player that I appreciated when he arrived. He was scoring every time. which is kind of important for a striker, and and Federico Gatti for the Grinta. For the Grinta.
I think that Gatti and Fagioli, a lot of people are agreeing with you in the chat. Gatti, Fagioli, I see a lot.
Rabiot, no, Rabiot. No. Sorry. I apologize to everybody. So at this point,
you can't put Milik over Rabiot this season.
No, exactly. I mean, I wanted to put at least one striker, but no, Rabiot, too late, a little too late, but Rabiot takes over.
How much do you rate Szczesny this season? From 0 to 10?
I'm gonna be honest, not very happy.
Of Szczesny, you are not?
Happy. No, I mean, I'm not denying very, very important saves and games where he saved us, but at the same time, I believe he balances with some mistakes that at the beginning of the season costed us a few points and made us start in the wrong way. And we used to Buffon, which shouldn't be the real comparison, because it's impossible to compare to anybody. I know, but for sure we can say that whoever the goalkeeper at Juventus is, the best skill is to be ready for the right time to act, because usually, like, it's for a good goalkeeper, it's easier to play in Juventus right now, where they're shooting every 5 minutes, because you are on the spot, and is actually a role where you get more confident the more they try to attack you. In Juventus, you need to be ready to save the ball that might mean qualification in Champions League after 90 minutes or doing nothing, And I think our big Szczesny, that I love, because he's not only a good goalkeeper, not only a good player, but also a character that I really appreciate. Not very happy for the situation in the goal right now.
Let's speak about if they sit on a table. Okay, Massimiliano Allegri, we stop. We heard a lot of names of coaches. I shoot the name, and you give me a description, and you tell me yes or no if you want to take him. Is that good?
Perfetto. Sounds like a plan, my friend.
And then you don't tell me, and then I will try to guess who is your favorite.
I give you a description.
I tell you, for example, I tell you, I don't know, Aquilani, and you tell me, yes, I want because ta. Or no, okay. I don't want. But short, not a monologue. Okay. Yes, no, this why. And at the end, I will try to guess who was your favorite one. And you don't tell me, okay? Okay, we start with... it's not possible, I repeat for the people, it is not possible, but for a miracle, Spaletti, yes or no?
Yes or no? Spalletti no, because of the tattoo he just made at this point. To me, it's a game changer, So, no. What is he gonna do? He's gonna make a new tattoo with 39 on it when he wins the Scudetto event. 39 is too big. It's not. No, it's probably more fit to Napoli.
So not Spalletti. Italiano.
I like, first of all, because it's Gobbo, like you and I, no? And that's already a good starting point. He comes from a Gobbo family. He's playing with Fiorentina, like he's making Fiorentina beautiful.
Yes.
I don't know if it's the right choice, but for sure he has all the quality to make me welcome him very warmly.
Paladino?
Palladino, I like the young, beautiful guy, beautiful Italian guy that is, is making it happen in Monza. It's a beautiful story. In general, I'm a passionate of stories, and Palladino is a beautiful one. So yes, he fits completely. He was actually one of the few players beside the legends, no?
Il nuovo del Piero.
Yeah, we always hoped it was that size, but
everyone except Del Piero. Del Piero didn't agree with that.
Probably no, but probably no. But it was. I used to like Palladino as a player. It was very good technique. It was a very good vision. Was a good player, and he's a very good coach. So why not?
Andrea, do you think the coach hair is important?
Ask this question to Antonio Conte.
Here, Antonio Conte, yes or no?
Antonio Conte, yes, because I know a lot of people are mad at him, and I cannot say they're totally wrong. I cannot say that I don't understand why, especially from a gobbo like Antonio Conte. When you speak about yourself in that terms, then you gotta pay the consequences, no? When you take action in a different way. But yes, Antonio Conte, because Antonio Conte, Antonio Conte il nostro capitano, senza di te non andremo lontano. When we were 7th in a row, we were psychologically destroyed. And Antonio Conte was coming silently with some complaints around. No, another Neri, another Ferrara. No, he's gonna burn. No, and we didn't know that the 9 Scudetto in a row were very close, way closer than we thought. No, so Conte stayed there on pending. I would be saying yes only to finish this question, this job, no?
Tudor,
yes, because if it's not Antonio Conte, Tudor has the character. I think we need someone able to keep players in a straight line, focus on what is the job.
Thiago Motta?
Thiago Motta, yes. I try to say yes to everybody, so I make it a little harder.
Except for Spalletti, at the moment is everyone yes, huh?
Yes, exactly. And you see, I say Spalletti because of the tattoo. I mean, I'm not making it that serious. So I'm ready to welcome Spalletti as well. But Thiago Motta, yes, even though.
Attenzione,
as a player, as a Inter player, I cannot say I was feeling a lot of sympathy for Thiago Motta, which was a little dirty, like the fight and like to go on the floor. At the same time, I would be silly not admitting that Thiago Motta is probably one of the greatest coach you put on the list, taking Conte out, no? Of the new promises, one of the
low salary coaches, the new coming.
Exactly, the uprising, like you said.
Mourinho?
Yes, for Thiago Motta as well. Mourinho, look, I never hated Mourinho. Because many Juventus supporters actually did since he was in Inter, no, in 2010. I never hated because I loved and respected his way of communicating in the first time of Mourinho,
It's true.
because it was something visionary. It was something new that football was not used to. There was no Guardiola making beautiful. Yeah, also that came later. I believe, but yes, I mean, it was a very strong communicator that could make the difference on team result only with his communication, only attracting the pressure on himself instead of players that were not playing good on the pitch. He won a Champions League playing Samuel Eto'o on left right winger. I mean, I respect him, but I wouldn't love him on Juventus bench right now. I mean, probably I would say yes after Conte. You know, when Conte left and they told me Allegri was coming, I was. I didn't eat for 1 week. I couldn't believe that.
You know what I did when Allegri came? I the first time he arrived, I was so angry. I said, for 1 year, I don't watch any press conference and post game of Allegri. I don't watch. I don't want to see him. I promised it. I remember, and when he was there, I didn't watch for an entire season until he brought us to the Champions League, and then I said, okay, I forgive.
First year after Conte said with 10 euros you cannot go on a €100 restaurant. We were on Champions League final. Unbelievable, Papa. Unbelievable. Seriously. And but that's not only that. No, I mean, it's for me, it was a lesson, like a life lesson, like. Be ready to welcome the new. Be ready to welcome the different. Be ready to welcome the unexpected, because you don't know what is going to come from it. Allegri to me represents this big lesson in my life.
It's true. You know? I agree. I change also as well. Thomas is saying in the chat, Giuseppe was the first Allegri out. It's true. It's actually true. I was the first, I believe, the really original Allegri out. When it didn't exist, it was me, I believe. But like Andrea, and it's really great what you're saying, actually it's making sure that you open your mind even if you don't like Milik. I didn't want Milik. But it opens your mind. You say, okay, let's see, and then I judge. I will continue with the coach, but Dottore, I call him Dottore, Dr. A, is telling, thank you for the donation, buddy. He's saying, ciao Beppe and Andrea, hope you are having a wonderful day. Cancelo is on the market. Thoughts?
Well, you know, we've been talking about character in terms of motivated players, strong mindset. Maybe I'm wrong, because I never met Cancelo. I was not with him in the locker room, but that's not the rumors I heard about him. That's not the feeling I had from Cancelo at Juventus. You know, I think it's a real hard guy to deal with. In the moment he has to be in the bench, and in this moment I want people that are ready to be in the bench, play for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and willing to give everything they have in those 10 minutes. Even better, so you can give more.
You know that
spread in night.
I gave an opinion one day about Cancelo. For 2 years, they insulted my mother. Just pay attention. When you speak about Cancelo, it's always a bit attention. No, for your life, for your life. Mamma mia.
With me, they go. They can go as hard as they want. When I was trying, when I was young, I wanted to be a rapper, a failed rapper, but I actually put myself in a lot of situations of freestyling, you know, so you can imagine how much stuff I heard about my mom, and even worse, they don't touch me. I'm still like a punch ball.
At least Ausis and Cancelo, no. Wait, because we didn't finish with the coach. I said Tudor, Conte, Paladino,
we have
Italiano,
more
Mourinho.
names.
Who did I forget?
Zidane. Zidane. I forgot Zinedine Zidane.
I forgot Zidane.
Palla su, ci pensa Zizou. No? Like Giuliano used to say, no. Zidane for me is a big no, signori. No, it's not the right time.
Attenzione, unpopular opinion. Yes to Mourinho, no to Zidane. Why?
No,
no. You say no to Mourinho. It's true.
No,
it's true.
Respect for Mourinho, and I don't think I need to explain why I respect Zidane. No, probably the explanation it was about Mourinho because it's unusual to have a Juventino respecting him. I don't need to say what I think about Zidane. Ragazzi, Zidane was probably the first time my heart really break, when we were selling him, and I was not understanding what was going on. Like, why is it happening? Why Zidane? How is it possible to imagine a Juventus without Zidane? It's like not having Del Piero. And that was the time where with Zidane money we bought Mr. Gianluigi Buffon, Lilian Thuram. We bought Pavel Nedved from Lazio, Marcelo Salas. We rebuilt a team.
El Matador.
And suddenly I realized it was not about the player, but about the shirt. Thanks to my father helping me going through this. After Zidane, it was never painful, when a player was leaving Juventus. Never. Beside Trezeguet was pretty painful. But, even though, thank you to Zidane, I love him, and I would like to see Zidane one day in Juventus bench for sure. This is not the right time. Because what's the main difference between Zidane and Allegri? The reputation. Okay, so maybe Zidane in the locker room will have the respect of all the players just because he's Zidane, 3 Champions League in a row, etc., etc. But they're the same kind of coach, guys. They manage the group, the people, but they're not visionary of the tactics and style of games or stuff like that. So not right now, not yet. It's not time for Zizou.
I have to ask you about De Zerbi, because otherwise Softic will kill me if I don't speak about De Zerbi.
De Zerbi, okay. De Zerbi, I say no. Another unpopular opinion, just because I'm a little of anti-conformist. No, everybody talking about De Zerbi. No, especially because Murphy's Law was never right. Never that much right as it is with Juventus, and I know that De Zerbi will come at Juventus as the strongest coach in the world and get out as the ruin of football.
Gigi Maifredi.
No, exactly. He will go out as Gigi Maifredi of football, basically.
I'm laughing because on the channel we have a bit of the clan that is supporting De Zerbi, and they want, and I always said I like. It's not that I don't like. I have nothing against him. He's doing a fantastic job at Brighton, all the respect, but it's not a coach that I see at Juve. I love, I like, I respect. I don't see him at Juve. The same as you. Guys, I'm happy. I'm happy because I found someone that is thinking. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he comes. And if he comes, of course, I will be the first supporter of De Zerbi. He will be the best.
Without any doubt.
I will say to Softic in the chat, I will tell him that I was the first fan of De Zerbi. I will lie. And I will be convinced about it. But today no. Wait.
No, the only one that I would really find very hard to accept would be Materazzi. If they bring me Materazzi coach, then something is happening, and I need to go to Torino investigate. I cannot stay here anymore.
No, Materazzi at Juve would be Really difficult. No.
First of April.
That's really difficult. Wait, because we did all the coaches except of Nagelsmann. Apparently, he knows
Nagelsmann.
the Inno della Juve by heart. So, what about Nagelsmann?
Another gobbo.
Another gobbo. Where do you go with Nagelsmann?
Nagelsmann. I mean, yes. Even only out of curiosity, of seeing what he would do on in a league that he doesn't know, in a different league. But I mean, I respect, and I was really surprised. I respect Nagelsmann, and I was really surprised when they sacked him. Unbelievable when they sacked him from Bayern. Like and I think Borussia Dortmund winning the league would have been the best lesson for them, but unfortunately they wasted their chance, their opportunity. That was a sad story, even though we can learn something from their supporters, because at the end of the game they were singing to the coach and all the players. It was an amazing scene. I feel goosebump only talking about that, because we used to be this.
It's true.
It used to be that. There used to be love in the stadium. There used to be love around Juventus. Good energies, good vibes. Let's go back to it.
I was listening this morning, and then I will ask you the last coach for Dr. A. Dottore is asking for Gattuso, and then I will try to find. But I heard something today on Juventibus, and it touched me today, because I heard they were speaking, and they said, we should do something as Juventini every day, at least every day, one Juventino thing. At least one day. One Juventino thing. For example, I don't know, going out with the jacket that you have, the vintage jacket of Juve, or I don't know, watching, I don't know, an old game, a new game, watching live. The Juventini, they should show again to be proud of being Juventino. And you know that, not, of course, you can continue to criticize, you can do, but at least one positive thing that a real Juventino would do, one time a day, that would help a lot, huh? No?
I totally agree, and I think it's important to keep positivity, a little bit of good vibe inside, because we don't realize when we have bad thinking in mind, it affects our bodies as well, and our way of living and approach to the others, So yes, I totally agree. I couldn't watch Juventus today, but I like the initiativa. I like the idea.
Andy's saying,
and I do Juventino things every day.
No, but you have a channel now, so it's easier. Andy's saying one Juventino thing: walk into a Napoli pizzeria and shout "Odio Napoli." And this is not a Juventino thing. This is actually,
that's quite the opposite.
This is a
Napoli thing.
This is an anti-Napoli or anti-Roma, but most of the time it's an anti-Juventino thing, because normally we don't do that. Usually in our history, we don't care about the others. It's the other one that hates us. We do, I was speaking last time, Andrea.
Forgive me if I interrupt you. Just to correct because the message was right. Just instead of Odio Napoli, you get into the pizzeria.
I love Juve.
By using, exactly.
Voila, bravo. It's easy. Not Odio Napoli, but Amo la Juve. That's the thing. That's the Juventino.
At your risk.
Then you run, huh? Then you run. then you run fast. That's true. Gattuso, and then I will try to guess with the chat who was your first choice.
Gattuso. I didn't even consider the possibility of Gattuso.
Me neither.
But I don't really like him as a coach. But if that's the choice, welcome Gattuso, because how can you not love Gennaro Gattuso? Come on.
But he would fail at Juve. That's a fact.
But at this point,
Dai.
It's not gonna be the first one.
Okay, we will try to guess. So he said no to Mourinho, no to Zidane, no to Gattuso. That
And to De Zerbi.
and to De Zerbi. All the other ones were a yes between Thiago
Yes.
Motta, Italiano, Paladino, Conte, Tudor. Okay, guys, which do you think is the favorite pick of Andrea? You have a favorite? Because if you don't have, then we have a problem. You have a favorite one in your mind?
I do.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm reading the chat as well. I believe I have a theory, yeah? Don't say yes or no, and let me finish my theory.
Okay.
I believe your first choice would have been Palladino. I'm not watching to your face so that I don't know the reaction. Huh? I
have a poker face.
Okay. So then I can watch. I think that your first choice was Palladino, but now you know that it's not that. So the one that's really Conte.
Do I need to say yes or no?
And now, yes, you can.
Okay. Now, if you want to think a little longer about that,
I'm hesitant. Of course, I'm hesitant with Tudor, but I think it's what I told you.
You didn't get it right.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Mamma mia!
It's not my first choice.
Wait, let's see what the chat is saying. The chat is saying, let's see if they were better than me. Wait, here. Tudor, Italiano, Elio. Say all of them. Tudor, Italiano, Thiago Motta, Paladino.
Elio got it right.
Tudor.
Raheem got it right as well. Tudor would be my first choice. If it was me, yeah. Igor Tudor, since Verona, I like. The only doubt I have about Tudor, and for this reason Thiago Motta would be second spot, is that Moggi talked about him like a little hard character to
manage,
to handle.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I start from the point that I don't know, but from supporter perspective, Tudor Juventino, because he played at Juventus from 98 to 2007, probably. You know where he's coming. He was here with Pirlo as well, and he's that kind of coach, that kind of character that. That I would like either him or Thiago Motta.
You know my top two.
Let me guess. Italiano.
More or less the same. Okay.
Italiano and Antonio Conte.
No, 50%. Italiano, yes, and Thiago Motta. And Thiago Motta. I explain you so that you know also my opinion. Thiago Motta, because I believe, and there are witnesses in the chat, they know, I am the first one, but months ago, that said, ragazzi, I know it's unpopular, I like that guy. I know Inter, and I didn't like him as a player. That's the worst. I didn't like him as a player. But I see something in Thiago Motta that I say he has the experience. People, they don't know. Youth Academy Barcelona. He played at Paris Saint-Germain. Understand Italy. Played at Inter. As a coach, he did Paris Saint-Germain, the youth team. He did some teams in Italy. At Bologna, he's doing well. I have something with Thiago. I think that he has also the calm, the maturity, but also really strong in the locker room. I think that he can be someone. And
the curriculum is interesting.
Yeah, I believe he can be. I don't know why. And then I have Italiano. Last year, I didn't want Italiano because I said Italiano, according to me, He's a fantastic coach, and I'm sure he will have a fantastic career. But I don't want him yet, because I want that he has the experience of coaching twice a week. That is totally different. Sarri is a fantastic coach, but Sarri hates to coach 2 times a week, because he said we can't coach, and he will never change that mentality. He's a real coach di campo. He wants to be there explaining the detail, and with 2 times a week he can't. So I wanted to see the experience of Italiano. Now I think he's ready for a Juve that could give him a project. Juventinità, he's a gobbo like you and me. So Italiano and Thiago Motta, both of them I would be really, if Max Allegri leaves, if he leaves.
Of course, we're starting from that point. Otherwise, go Max, stay strong. I'll be with you forever, but stay strong.
Stay strong. There is Nirai that became a member of the channel for 6 months. Grazie Nirai, with a beautiful message. Good evening, Beppe in. At least I can stay. That's great. That's already really great. No, but ragazzi, once that you become a coach, Inter, Juve, look at Antonio Conte. He went to Inter, he won, Maldini is a Juve fan at the end. What do you want? It's the truth, I'm not lying. So when you start to be a professional, I don't know. So you want Tudor, I want a mix. Conte is difficult for me because I love him. I loved him so much.
Fresh.
But it's not that he went to Inter. I don't care about that.
No.
Yeah, of course, when he was there, he's didn't like it.
He's leaving us in day 2 of pre-season, man. Come on.
You know what's the problem with Antonio Conte? One day I was a guest on a Tottenham channel, and we were speaking about Antonio Conte. They were happy. There is a new coach and so on. And I said something to that guy, a supporter of Tottenham. I said, appreciate and enjoy every single moment and second of Antonio Conte. But don't fall in love with Antonio Conte, because he will break your heart. And he said, thank you for the tip. I will
keep in mind.
And then he fell in love. And now he came back to me. He said, Beppe, you were right. I had to listen to you. And you know it. So if Antonio Conte will come back, he will revive a lot of emotion, the passion, myself as a tifoso, and I will go immediately with Antonio Conte, because you go with Antonio Conte. But I will always pay attention, knowing that tomorrow he can leave. Because
this time we know. This time we know, because the expectations is what makes the difference at the end of the game. So this time, if he comes back, we would not expect him to be more than 2 years at Juventus, and we would be, whoever is excited for Conte coming back is not because we hope he's gonna stay more than 2 years. No, we hope he's coming and he's building the strongest team you can build in 2 years. That's the only reason I think part of Juventus supporters want Conte, see Conte as the best fit for Juventus.
The paradox with Conte is don't give him the player he wants, because Conte is fantastic when he doesn't have the player he wants. From the moment he has the players he wants, he destroys everything. So bring him back and don't give him the players. People are saying, Beppe, can you explain about Maldini? But guys, it's on the internet. It's easy to find. Maldini was a supporter of Juve. He said it on television many, many times. Why? Because when he was a kid, he had posters of Bettega and so on in the room. Why? Because in the national team of Italy, there were 70%. I'm just saying a number. High number of percentage of Juventini. And you fell in love with that grande Juve from that era. So a lot of people became Juventini. Then, from a kid, of course, playing at Milan and so on, of course he changed. He became a Milan fan. But no, Maldini origin is Juve, but it's not a secret. It's not a secret. Wait, we spoke about. Dusan Vlahovic, we didn't speak yet.
Hot topic.
The hot topic. Okay, just a recap for the people that just joined. Dusan Vlahovic, according to the rumors, I have no information. According to the rumors, what we are reading is unhappy because we will not play the Champions League. Had a difficult year with growing pain, pubalgia, with mentally difficult, being at Juventus, not being able to perform at top level, but also the game style of Max Allegri, and he's ready for another possibility. Apparently there are some talks already with Bayern Munich. That's one part. The second part is also Juve, that ragazzi, I told you, at the end of the Mercato, come back and you will give me a rating of 5 or 6 on the Mercato, because we need to sacrifice someone. And Dusan Vlahovic is maybe one of the only that can bring you money. So Dusan Vlahovic could leave. First of all, Andrea, would you, because he's under contract with Juve, so at the end it's Juve that decides if yes or no, would you sell him, yes or no? Were you happy with Dusan? Do you believe in Dusan? And then I go to the next question. If you sell him, who do you replace him with?
Well, the last question is the hardest. The hardest question to answer. I don't think we have like a need to sell Dusan, if not for the economic situation we are into right now, which is better than we were expecting, also because of the fine that we received. Is not the millionaire fine that we were expecting. So Beppe, as it's true, I don't know who we would replace Dusan with, but we said but you see, we named we named a couple of coaches that with Scamacca, in this case, to take a name. Probably. No, but I'm saying Scamacca only because I read.
Yeah, but that's
here,
why.
No, but I think Ken to me is the strongest striker we have right now in the roster. And you can yell at me, you can insult me. I told you I'm not getting offended, and I respect that.
Keane bigger than Vlahovic?
On my opinion, right now, and Beppe, I'm in love with the striker position. Since I'm a little kid, that's what I like mostly in soccer. Trezeguet, because he was a striker mainly, but I can name you a list of jersey I have in my collection: Alan Shearer, Morientes, I can keep Van Nistelrooy, I can keep going forever. Right now, the striker that actually plays the most.
I will do a poll. Okay. Wait, no. Wait.
It's worth the poll.
Andrea, right. Keane, best Juve striker at the moment. Yes. No. Beppe, kick him out of here. As easy as that. Two options. Wait, let me first say thank you to wait, where was it before? To Punsara, 6 months on the channel. Juve will come back, as always, hopefully quick. Forza Juve. Thank you, Punsara. 6 months with us on the channel as a member. Really appreciate it. And then Chef, it's Jeff with an X, is telling us, thank you for a donation, grande. He's saying, you guys think that Tudor or Italiano good for a rebuild? Also, if Italiano is a Juve coach, he can convince Dusan to stay. He might be a better player. Well, it's interesting, Jeff. We spoke really long about all the coaches, so we will not come back in explaining everything. But maybe we can take your last part of the question while speaking about Dusan Vlahovic, because that's an important one. Sorry, I interrupted you, Andrea.
No.
But at the moment, 59% of the people are saying, yes, Andrea is right. 42 are saying Beppe kicking him out. So
Want me out. 42% want me out.
yeah, but
It's not...
58, they say, why not? So
no, in election time,
you
it's
win.
good numbers, But otherwise, no. But it's what was I saying? Keane, my opinion, is the one that moves on the pitch like a striker should do.
On
Doesn't
that one I
hide.
agree, 100%.
Then I'm not saying that potentially is the strongest striker in the world, but what we have right now, I would start from Keane, especially knowing that we have a money emergency. We are on a budget, and somebody is willing to pay that money for a player that, let's assume, is whoever want to criticize Allegri and blame him because Vlahovic is not playing right because of Allegri. It's not the pubalgia, it's Allegri or whatever are the excuses. Let's assume it's true, but next season is going to be an unfortunate season. So because of other reason, he's not going to play right. When are you going to get the money back? If you want to make that amount, you need to sell him right now and say thanks because somebody is willing.
He blocked.
Each
He's
underperform.
back. You were frozen for a second. It's a big one, eh? It's a big opinion. There is someone that said earlier, no ragazzi, don't forget, here it's Juve. Attenzione, Andrea didn't say, and luckily you also said it, that he's the best player in the world. He said that according to, at the moment we have, Keane is the one that is doing the best movements, and so on, that probably he should be number one starter at the moment at Juventus. Not that it's the best player of the world.
No.
Jeff said earlier in the message, if Italiano comes, is this something that could convince Dusan to stay? And would you keep him with Italiano or not?
I don't know if the two things are related. I don't know if the Italiano can really make the difference on Vlahovic decision. Even also because they told us that it's about the competitions that we're gonna be playing next year, and this is exactly what I was telling you at the beginning when I said if I were Giuntoli or whoever sporting director is gonna be a Juve, I would take everybody and say, okay, this is the project. Who is in? Who is out? If you feel you don't believe in it, out. If you feel you don't believe in Juve, like Alessandro Del Piero did in Serie B, David Trezeguet did in Serie B, David Trezeguet 171 goal in Juventus, Mauro German Camoranese did, Gianluigi Buffon did. If you don't feel motivated just because you're playing for Juventus, because you don't like playing for in Conference League or you don't feel like being only in Serie A for 1 year, I mean, I don't think that's the kind of players we want right now, guys.
I 100% agree with that. As I always said, and people on the channel, they know it. I prefer a happy player somewhere else than a sad player in my team.
Absolutely, guys.
And you can be whoever you want. By the way, yesterday,
I'm not judging,
because here on the channel we have a lot of influence also from USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and we have different opinion about what's happening with the clubs of Italy that are playing in Europe. Yesterday, Roma lost their final. Happy, sad, and then I will go to the second topic I have in mind. But first Roma in losing at happy or sad?
None of them. And it's funny that you asked me that because yesterday I had a conversation with one of my best. I have two best friends since I was born, basically. One of them since I was born, the other since I was 4 years old. Very, very old friends. One of them is Juventino, the other one is Interista. So you can understand I speak about football way more with the Juventino than the Interista. It's just time by time with the other one. But there was a complaint that he was moving against me, saying that I speak about soccer, about Juve in this case, too much, like it was a philosophy, no? Because he was telling me, it was not Roma in this case, it was Inter. No, if Inter wins the Champions League, it's the worst thing it can happen. But he says Inter because he's from my town, so we are in the center of Italy. We are not connected to Roma more than Napoli, or so. Inter is the main enemy. No, I have friends like the vice president of San Diego that they're sending me messages there from Rome, and they're like super excited. Massimo Zampini was like wide in the face, like he suffered something during the penalties, not even when Juventus is playing. I don't. I try not to leave it like that, because as a Juventus supporter, I also lived in many cities, thanks God, because I had the opportunity of knowing better the culture, and I think it built me a little bit in terms of character. No, very easy to become friend to anybody when I meet them, and I'm proud to be a Juventus supporter, especially because I lived in cities where if they know you are a Juventus supporter, they only say merda. They only say, you're a thief, and I think it's important to let people know, especially the younger generation, whoever pick this team, these colors, knowing what it means to be a Juventus supporter. No, it means that you gotta deal with all this stuff, and you have the possibility, you have the chance to differentiate you, to be part of a different culture compared to all the enemies that are surrounding you. So when we lose the Champions League in Cardiff, when we lost the Champions League in Cardiff, there were cities celebrating like we won the World Cup.
With the firework,
It's an extreme, and whoever criticizes Juventus supporter making fun of Roma supporters today, my answer is always at least we didn't fire any fireworks, but at the same time, I believe that we have this big opportunity of be different, So I'm not happy, and I'm not sad. Of course, I'm not sad, because why should I be sad if Roma loses?
Indifference. You don't care.
I'm indifferent. I think I read somewhere, but not really good, because when I see this kind of stuff, I try to scroll down or to make like I didn't see it. When they start to count the possible, I believe in bad luck in this case, so I try not to watch anything. But they were saying, I believe if Roma won and Fiorentina won, for us it could have been good because more spot in Champions League. I didn't put much attention, because I also believe that doesn't depend on us, but on what they want to do upstairs, and that's why I didn't really care. I am used to supporters making fun of us, but I believe we shouldn't care. We should care about what we think about ourselves, and put the challenge bar depending on what our improvement are. We don't look to the others as in bias.
I like that. I like that philosophy. We don't care about the other ones. We think only about ourselves. Hey, you know that it's also one of the reasons I started calling also the channel Just Juve.
Just you.
It's just Juve. Then we can speak about the other ones, but not too much. More about Juve than the rest. So it's a beautiful philosophy. Bah, we spoke about Allegri, we spoke about the plan, about the deal, about the coaches, about Vlahovic. Ragazzi, do you
A
have
lot of stuff.
What?
A lot of stuff.
We spoke about a
We
lot
spoke
of
a
stuff.
lot of stuff.
Do you have some questions for Andrea before we close the live, ragazzi? You can ask whatever you want.
Now the first question is gonna be, why don't you leave?
No. Hey, you won the poll. By the way, they agreed with you. 60%.
It was 60%.
It was 60%. Elkan and the new board. Opinion about Elkan and the new board from Steve.
Good luck, signori. Good luck. Like Andrea Agnelli said, we did what we thought was best. Now it's up to them to keep doing things right. I'm positive. Steve, you gotta know that's a little bit my problem. I'm kind of always positive, no? It can be a good quality and a bad quality sometimes, a little bit extreme, but I'm positive because compared to the first time we saw John Elkann taking care of stuff for Juventus, now it's a totally different situation. He's a different man, more mature, more used to responsibilities. Is one of the most important imprenditori in Italy. So I don't think he's willing to break Juventus or to lose the appeal that the world has toward us. So let's see. We're building it. We're still John Elkann is the first piece. And I still have my hope that I know are like very, very. Let's see, it's the hope of a dreamer. No, I'm totally fine with that, but it doesn't cost anything. So I just dream, and I hope that John Elkann, while taking care of Juventus, is working with Andrea Agnelli on the Super League project, on the A22 project. So I think we lost a battle, but we didn't lose the war, and we still have two things.
When we will have the final decision about the Super League, we do a specific topic about that one, and we do a live together, Andrea, if you want to, if you have.
Oh, always a pleasure, my friend.
Neville, how many Juve shirts do you own?
That's very hard to say, Neville, because last time I counted, it was a little more than 100 few years ago. But right now I'm not buying like I buy one shirt or two shirts a year. Then of course my wife anytime has to buy something for my birthday or Christmas, she knows what I'm gonna like. So around 150, maybe a little less than 150. But I mean, like I have shirts that I actually bought in 1996 or in 1998. You know, so. Little by little, step by step.
One question, Andrea. It's a difficult one. Huh? I asked this to Cristiana Girelli on Monday. I will ask the same question. If you can keep maximum 2 shirts of your entire collection, only 2, which one do you keep?
Wow.
It's difficult.
Wow.
Huh? I asked her one, but it was impossible, so I gave her the 2 choices. You can go with 2 as well.
2 choices. Hey. Wow. Because Cristiana Girelli is a collector.
Cristiana Girelli is number 10 of Juventus women.
I know, but is she a collector?
She has not a really huge collection, but she said I have already 30, 40 shirts, so it's already a nice.
I didn't
But
know that.
she's exchanging also with the players on the field, but she has also, like Del Piero shirt. She's a big fan of Del Piero.
I bought a Girelli jersey.
Ah, you have a Girelli jersey?
But no, I don't. I bought it for my sister-in-law as a present for my sister-in-law. She is American and she became a huge Juventus and Italy supporter, of course.
Yeah, don't try to dribble.
I'm taking time.
Don't try to dribble. 2 shirts.
I was actually dribbling. Okay, I'm gonna say I have a match worn shirt from Cinque Maggio. It's Lilian Thuram, so that's one that I would keep there for sure. And
so the one you have now on, but another one.
No. It's I wouldn't wear that.
No, but I mean it's for the people that do not know. It's the same.
Yeah, it's basically this model, is worn in Udinese Juventus Cinque Maggio. Yeah, it was. When I found it, I was like, no, I cannot believe that.
You know what happened with my shirt, huh? The Cinque Maggio shirt, or you don't know?
The Cinque Maggio?
Yeah.
No.
I had the signature of Del Piero. And
that is your wife. I know. Now I remember. But we can fix that. We can still fix that.
There is
maybe soon. Who knows? Another autograph. That's what you feel.
That would be nice. That would be really nice. Who knows?
Ale, sorry, but I mean, it's not my fault. I need you to remake it.
I need to do it again.
So I said the Cinque Maggio, and then one old legend. I don't know. You know the old legend jersey, which was limited edition. Locker room version of the Champions League 1996 versus Ajax. I have the Del Piero one. If I had the Ravanelli, I would say the Ravanelli, but in this case, I keep the Del Piero.
Where is it?
2 iconic moments.
This one.
Correcto mundo. Ravanelli. Beautiful. Can I see something? Can I see something?
Later. This one is for later.
Okay. Because I'm.
I know you're a freak. I know you're a freak. Answer that question. That's an important. I think it's guys. It's one of the last ones, so that we can say goodbye to Andrea. But this is an important one. Is selling Juve the best scenario, the best way forward for us? I like that question because at least it's not coming from me.
No, for sure it would be a very good way to ease the job of John Elkann and everybody related to John and the family, because beside Juventus, which is a very, very small part of their world of investments, they have to deal with a lot of people that is somehow involved in the football game, out of sponsors or I don't know, out of connections. So having somebody that actually doesn't care and it's able to defend themselves, defend Juventus without having to deal with this kind of stuff. Might be an easy way for John and Andrea Agnelli eventually, because to me, Andrea Agnelli's history at Juventus is not over yet. It would be an easy way to handle things, but that doesn't mean that they're not gonna be in Juventus anymore. It means they're gonna find someone that is willing to buy, but keeping a part that allows them to handle stuff. That's my dream.
Dottore, nice ring, Andrea. If someone is making you angry, you make them a Juve tattoo. Thank you for the donation, Dottore. Dr. A. Okay, what's your message for the channel? Did you have fun? That's the biggest question.
I had a lot of fun, and thank you guys, because it was a very nice conversation. Seriously, very active chat. I loved it. Very dynamic, and I mean the topics are my favorite. And you know how much I respect you, Peppone. So I mean, to me, it's only a pleasure and an honor to be here. Seriously, no, I'm not kidding.
Ragazzi, in the chat, maximum of whatever you want to use the emotes. You can use the one of Beppe face. You can use the one of Di Maria, Moiskin, Bremer. Use a maximum of emotes just to say how much you enjoyed your time with Andrea here on the channel. For me, it was really a nice time. I will soon invite you again so that we can be again on the channel. I'm happy because
I'll be here.
I'm doing a lot of time, and that's what I always say to the chat. I'm always doing a lot of lives alone, and I'm happy also that other people can speak, can explain their vision, so that people, sometimes they are bored about Beppe and they can hear it from other people. Look at that. Pioggia di emoticon, a rain of emoticons for Andrea. Ragazzi, Andrea, remain on the channel a second with me so that we can say goodbye between friends. Ciao to Juve Thanasis, Andrew Palomares, to Ryan, to Locatelli, to MK, to Bogdan LJJ, to all the people in the chat. You were fantastic from the beginning until the end, because as we always say, fino alla fine. We see each other tomorrow for a nice and fantastic video. If you didn't watch the video of this morning, go, because it's an interesting one, and I asked to reach 700 likes. We are not there yet, so we need a bit more of likes on the videos tomorrow. Ciao ragazzi.
Forza Juve.